What's going on, buddy? Crypto Kid here coming again with another video. Finally, some good news in the crypto space. I've been trying to make videos, guys. There's just nothing to talk about because things are just continually red. I'm not going to sit here and try to front with you like some of these other YouTubers. I'm not going to name names, but I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, big Bitcoin reversal. You know, things are going to be so much better next month, $50,000 Bitcoin. Honestly, guys, I don't like the future for the next year or so. I think it's going to be a lot of boring sideways action. That's why I'm kind of waiting around for some genuine content here. And finally, we got some. You guys are going to see just how important this Google partnership is going to be in this video. It's going to be an entertaining one. Got a lot of energy today. Just kind of been waiting to finally make a video on something positive, and here it is. So just starting off, guys, a lot of the talk today is going to be about Web3 because that's kind of why Google went ahead and did this deal, was to give developers that platform for Web3 development. They're trying to get ahead of the competition, and we all know from this channel, if you've been watching for a while, that DeSo, Decentralized Social, is the Crypto Kids coin for Web3 because this is that social media coin that's going to go ahead and give developers a forum to come around and create a decentralized social media platform with a currency system already enabled, with a 1-to-1 USD peg already in existence. And we've seen in the past month, if you guys have been following it, a massive rise. I made some fantastic money on DeSo, while all my other coins are just either remaining stagnant or going down. So that was so refreshing to finally go ahead and have a gainer on the month after, many brutal months of losses. So just phenomenal. I really held on to that bag for a long time, so it's great to finally get a pat on the back there and see DeSo doing so well. Definitely recommend you guys backtracking, looking at some of the Crypto Kids videos on DeSo because you guys are definitely going to want to have this one in the portfolio. Not financial advice, but you guys are going to want that in your portfolio. So regardless, let's just get into some talk real quick. Google partners with Coinbase to accept crypto payments for cloud services. Just going to read two quotes. I'm not going to bore you guys too much. Just two quotes. Stick with me here. We want to make building Web3 faster and easier, and this partnership with Coinbase helps developers get one step closer to that goal, said Thomas Kurian, CEO of Google Cloud. And then one more here. We believe more partnerships with traditional players will follow. As the crypto economy expands longer term, Coinbase will look more like an integrated digital asset enabler than a pure play crypto exchange. So this is honestly a fantastic business move for those of you that own coin stock. We saw that it actually did pretty well today after having a really bad year, up over 4% today, which in the stock world, that's pretty good, 4%. And what was I saying with that? Basically, I think that FTX and some of these other platforms, I don't think Crypto.com's in that space, but FTX and Binance specifically, I honestly think that they're just doing it better. KuCoin, these exchanges are doing it better. I think that this is getting a little too competitive for Coinbase's business model, and I think as people get more educated and wake up to the fact that they can get lower fees and better interest rates on other platforms, Coinbase is going to lose a lot of its customer base as time goes on. I think that they maybe know that, and I think that their business is going to change a lot, but I actually think it's going to be positive for both the crypto space and for the Coinbase company, and even some of those other exchanges, because they're going to end up getting a lot of that clientele as Coinbase kind of shifts more towards institutions. And finally, I think that's honestly been their long-term plan regardless, but finally, Google, it doesn't get bigger than that. It truly, besides maybe an Amazon or Apple Play, Google is that's the company. Alphabet is the company, and I just couldn't be more excited for what this partnership's going to do. And just theorizing here, I mean, if Google probably wants some exposure to crypto, I don't know that they're going to go ahead and sell the assets that they get from these payments for cloud services, because from my perspective, I'm thinking maybe Google doesn't want to, come outright and say, hey, we're taking a massive position in cryptocurrency, because then that's going to, start this frenzy of, people kind of coming to the space, buying up all these assets. Maybe Google's trying to kind of lay low and say, oh, well, we'll accept payments. Just vaguely kind of leave out the fact that maybe they're going to hold on to these payments because it's only going to be a small percentage. How many companies are realistically going to pay for cloud services with crypto at this point? It's probably not going to be that many. And I think that's probably Google saying, hey, they're not going to be losing much money here. We can afford to go ahead and hold on to these cryptos. So maybe they get a couple thousand Bitcoins out of it, 10,000 or so Ethereum. And that those numbers are only going to increase as time goes on, because we're seeing in this article here with Cointelegraph, that they are saying that they'll eventually, over time, the service will be offered to more of its customers. So they're going to look to expand as time goes on. I genuinely do believe they're trying to just kind of start up some positions in some coins here, kind of laying low with it, though. And we'll see as time goes on if they do end up taking a legitimate position. But I think that's a clever way to kind of get involved on Google's end, and it's obviously good news. So as for Web3, those of you saying, what is this Web3 thing anyways? It's honestly, if we want to read here, the internet version will thus be created in a more human-centered and personalized way with no central authority to regulate its development. Essentially, Web3, as they're saying here, is kind of just alluding to this sort of decentralized future of the web, giving power back to the people is essentially how we're going to look at it. That's why I said DeSo is the way to go right now if you're looking for a coin kind of involved with Web3, because this is going to give power back to the people wholeheartedly. It's kind of going to remove all the Twitter, all the Facebooks, everything like that, and just kind of allow people to build any sort of social media dApp that they want and use the DeSo economy. Go ahead and buy that coin and use some of its use cases there and get that price up. So I think that that's a phenomenal buy right now. I honestly do believe that there's going to be some new Web3 coins that don't even exist yet that are probably going to come about. And those are the ones that, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel because we are going to be all over them. We thought that the metaverse was going to be that next trend on this channel. Now I think it's becoming pretty evident that Web3 is actually where things are going to be going for this next bull run that's hopefully going to happen a couple years from now. Just kind of zooming out here, towards the end of the video, we like to kind of open it up here, leave some room for thought, and you guys can leave in the comments if you agree, disagree with me, want to expand on my thoughts, go ahead and engage there. But just kind of thinking about what's going on, I think it's pretty obvious we're in a sort of Cold War, just kind of waiting for some sort of big negative financial move to happen. We're not sure what's going to go, if it's going to be the housing market or what that's going to trigger this sort of financial collapse, but it's pretty evident that something is going to happen. The inflation's just way too high. Something is going to boil over. And when that happens, these high-risk markets, they're the ones that go for first, unfortunately. So I do think there's going to be some lower lows for all of your favorite coins. And it's honestly pretty exciting because we can go ahead and just keep scooping up some of our favorite top-tier assets, especially when these new coins come about. Going to be buying them on the cheap. And then as time goes on, of course, when this next bull run comes about, there's going to be some absurd evaluations. Like we said, in crypto, everything's either way undervalued or way overvalued. It's up to you to kind of recognize where you are in that sort of spectrum. And right now, I think it's pretty obvious that we are dipping towards the way undervalued section. So now is kind of when you want to go ahead and make your move. So like I said, go ahead, like and subscribe. We're going to be coming up with a ton of coins here as time goes on. You guys are going to want to stick around. I think that we're going to have a very promising future. Going to be talking about some of the top layer ones when it comes to Web3. And we just got a whole bunch of videos lined up. So it's going to be some fun stuff. Hope you guys come along for the ride. And yeah, that's basically going to do it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.